And we're live. Good morning, everybody. We have our live meditation this morning. I am just feeling delicious after a beautiful facial this morning. That's why I'm a little bit late. I was very much enjoying being pampered and revitalizing myself in such a beautiful, luxurious way. But before we get started, I have my acknowledgements that I do like to start with. So beginning with my pepiha, acknowledging my whakapapa, who I am and where I have come from. Ko waio, te taha o te whaia. Ko tainui te waka. Ko pukihikio me te tui o te ao marama ngā maunga. Ko mangapu te awa. Ko Ngāti kinohaku te hapu. Ko Ngāti maniapoto te iwi. Te waipatoto ki Okarure te marae. Ko te tui o te ao marama te wharekai. Ko wetere tahi rawa ko Tiria Ekatoni oku mātua tupuna. Ko Chris West rawa ko Teresa Tahi oku mātua. Ko Kia West. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou. And I would like to extend this acknowledgement to the traditional custodians of the land from where I am transferring this knowledge from today, which is the Yugambeh people. And I pay my honour and respect to the elders, past, present, and emerging. And I would also like to acknowledge all of my teachers, local, non-local, formal and informal, who have helped me to be able to transfer the knowledge that I get to transfer with you every single time I show up. And I am so excited to be with the teacher this week. As you may have seen in my introduction for the week with the teacher, she has a rich entanglement with who I am and on this path that I am on in sacred leadership. And I have just been the last few weeks I have been sitting in this teacher archetype. Actually probably be around the last 8 weeks, the last couple of months from when I first started the intensive 6-week program with the Institute for Intuitive Intelligence as a teacher of intuitive intelligence, and now also beginning as a supporting role as a peer mentor for our glorious third level sisters who are at varying stages in the journey. And it's just an absolute privilege every time I have been able to show up in this teacher archetype. I can't even begin to explain how much joy it gives me. Like, there is just something deep within me that I really, really love. Love this energy. I love the offering that being a transfer of knowledge, being a channel of knowledge is, and yeah, so I'm excited to be able to share some more of that with you this morning. So as always, with the way that I do like to show up is to transfer some knowledge and then to apply what it is that we have a introduction to through a bit of a practice. And so we will be doing a meditation today with our live weekly meditation, journeying within to meet with the teacher. So let's have a look. I was tuning in to what is required, what is where can we expand consciousness with the teacher today. And there is, I think it came through the energy evaluations recently, and it's come through again this morning, where we, especially from for those who are, hi ladies, oh my goodness, hi Carly, hi Deb, hi Tammy. For those of us who are always loving and in love with learning, I absolutely do consider myself an eternal student. I don't think there will ever be a time in my life where I'm not engaged in some form of study. But when we graduate and when we evolve into the teacher role, we then have the task to transfer all of that information that we have been that attainment of wisdom, all of the knowledge that we have acquired through our experiences, through our investment in education, you know, in all of the ways that we do absorb information. It is then our role to transfer that. And so long as we are hoarding that, it can be limiting. That can become a place that we get stuck in. And the teacher role, what I am learning so much about her is the teaching is in the being of what it is that we are wanting to transfer. So the more that we apply our own teachings in our life, the more that we show up to teach, the more that we solidify what it is that we are offering to the world through that transfer of knowledge. And we have one of the things that has been coming home for me with the teacher archetype in the last couple of days is how the students are, how they serve us as teachers. You know, I have four darling students who I am also responsible for keeping alive, who teach me every single day, and you know, I'm learning so much from allowing myself to actually apply what it is that I show up every week to teach. And a lot of that being, I kind of, when I'm trying to summarize, or if I was to give it a pinpoint exactly what it is that I'm wanting to teach, it is the paradigm of energy first, physical second. And when I apply that with myself in my own life, it's through my children that I am learning where it is, you know, where to direct myself, where to direct that transfer of knowledge, which is really interesting. It's a really interesting process. For example, we have just added to our family 2 new additions. We have a glorious little ragdoll kitten named Dumbledore, and we have just brought home on this weekend our Marima puppy, whose name is Hagrid. And as you can see up here, everything's mirrored. There we go. The children and I are learning around about Hagrid's cycles so that we can get some training happening with him and all of that. But it's really fascinating, like from me as their teacher and them as my students, but also as they are teaching Hagrid, they are automatically slotting into that teacher role with Hagrid being their student. And it's just a constant and ongoing transfer of knowledge, which is just so fascinating to observe from from my point of view and from where I'm zooming out and observing what is actually happening with that. It's just really cool. So what I wanted to expand on with today specifically, being that I am starting to hone in on teaching energy first, physical second. Hi, Heather. Thank you for joining me again. It's lovely to see you. Where I'm becoming really passionate about teaching energy first, physical second is because what I'm actually doing at the moment is I'm experimenting with an offer. I've got a beta program that I'm running with 2 fabulous women at the moment who are very much supporting me as I go through this process of trusting God, of taking my inspired action into a container and all of that's involved in that. But what it is fundamentally based on is energy first and physical second. And that's broken down into broken down by intentions, showing up every single day with the daily commitment, and all of these different things. But primarily, we are doing it from the energetic paradigm. There's what's been coming through for me in the last month that I have been experimenting with this is that so much of where I am finding my own blocks and limitations is trapped in that paradigm that I have to work my ass off in order to achieve something. And it's so potently, every time I come into the realization that I'm like, oh my God, I'm doing it again. I have this thing where I have this absolute work tunnel vision. And, when I've got my work hat on, I'm just like, that is the center of my universe. And, that's all well and good while I'm in it because I really love to work. I have that drive just to work. But then, all of the other areas of my life begin to deteriorate. It's kind of like if you've ever played Sims and if you focus on one aspect of their health bar, everything else, dwindles. Oh my God, I just saw myself as a Sims character. I reckon that's a little bit of a tangent. But yeah, and so that was something that there is where I am caught in the old paradigm of physical first, where we have to be busy and in that grind sort of mentality to be able to do something. And the reality is, like, when I'm looking out into the world, that is what I'm seeing as well. All of the men who I love so much in my life are very much in that paradigm, and there's a huge tug at my heart to truly embody this energy first, physical second, not only for them, for myself, but for them, to show them that there is in fact another way, that they don't have to sacrifice time, constantly being away from their family, constantly wearing all of this, the weight of their world on their shoulders, because if they don't go to work, then the money stops. Like, it's a paradigm that I'm so passionate to make an impact in and to change. And this is what it keeps coming home for me, like radical um, focusing on the energy first and physical second. And how we do that is through a daily practice, is through meditating, is through cultivating a vibration, which is what we're doing when we go into meditation. There's three major components that we are doing when we go into meditation. First, we are altering our brainwave state. We're dropping out of that high beta brainwave state, which is where we're in that sympathetic nervous system, constantly going, constantly grinding until we hit a brick wall or we run out of fuel. And then we have softening or entering into our subconscious so that we are able to access more of the field that connects us through that law of mentalism, that all is one, through that web of life, that interconnected web of life, the matrix as some refer to it. And we are then able to activate new neurons from within the heart to then create new realities. And then we have I just lost it. We have the neurons, brainwave state, neurons. Oh my goodness, it just flew right out of my head. It's gone. There was another one that when we meditate, vibration. There we go. We are priming our vibration, and say, for example, when we are working towards things. So I'm working to leading and within the energy first paradigm. So the more that I am curating a vibration that is an embodiment or that matches the frequency of that as truth, the more that will show up in my reality, because that is how the law of correspondence works. What we have within is without, and vice versa. And so there is, when we're showing up to do this every single day, when we are priming our subtle anatomy every single day, when we are actively being self-responsible and choosing a vibration and a frequency that we are going to take out into the world, that is when we begin to see changes in the world. That is where we are able to change our perspective of the world, which is ultimately how our experience presents to us. It is based on our belief. What we believe, we see. And that is why moving into a practice of a daily practice from this is where the energy first paradigm begins, is by actively cultivating and committing to being the leader of your own vibration to then change the way your world is. So let's go within now and meet with the teacher archetype. And I invite you, because I do have two of my children home today, it is school holidays. When we move into this practice, if there are external noises, just allow them to anchor you or me even deeper into this space. So if it is safe for you to do so, I invite you to close down your eyes, and we are going to take a few moments together to journey to the world within the world. And with your eyes closed, begin to deepen your breath, drawing in through the nose, filling your belly as much as possible and holding at the top. And let it all go out through the mouth with an audible sigh. Once again, drawing in through the nose, filling your belly even deeper this time and holding at the top. Noticing where you might be holding any tension or resistance or worry. And let it all go out through the mouth with an audible sigh. Taking in one more deep breath. Filling your belly, holding at the top. And let it all go now out through the mouth with an audible sigh. And with your eyes closed and your breath deepened, we signify to the nervous system that it is safe to be here. Bring two fingers or the palm of your hand to the center of your chest. And noticing, if this is a practice you have done with me many times before, the instant that your physical touch at this power center activates the memory encoded within, and it knows exactly what it needs to do. See, feel, think, or just know. There is a spark of light at the center of your chest. And with each breath in and out, this light begins to expand effortlessly so that it fills your entire physical body. And on your next breath, see this light expand again so that it fills all the way out to the edge of your subtle bodies, creating a golden field of light around you. And still this light begins to grow with ease and with grace with every breath in and out, so that it fills now your entire room. Noticing how noises that come through into this field seem to make the light shine brighter. And still the light of your consciousness grows and grows with each breath in and out until it fills the entire country. Your light bathing the entire country. And still the light of your consciousness, so eager to encompass the globe, has expanded now to encircle the whole of the earth and all of the inhabitants within it. See this light expand now all the way out into the universe. And from this expanded state, I invite you to gently lower your hand into your lap. We are going on a journey together now. We have expanded our field into the universal mind that is the truth of our nature. And from this field, we can access knowledge beyond what any of our cranial mind could ever provide us. Notice before you is a doorway. Notice the size, the shape, and the color of the door. And as you approach the door, it opens before you with ease and grace. And you step through it, finding yourself in a vast forest. The ancient trees stretch high above you. And as you walk upon the path, you stretch out your hands to touch and brush along the trunks of these enormous trees. And as you do, you feel a spark of electricity shooting all the way up your arms, down your torso, back into your feet, grounding and earthing into the floor beneath you, into the ground beneath you. And as you continue on this pathway, you find yourself approaching a clearing. And in this clearing, there is a small body of water. And on the water's edge, there is this beautiful large stone platform. And upon the platform awaits the teacher. Notice who it is that they have appeared to you as. It could be somebody that you know. It could be an ascended master, perhaps Jesus. Allow whoever it is to invite you deeper in. Perhaps it is another being altogether, or an animal. Allow whatever the one mind has presented to you in this moment to be true for you, and trust that they have some potent wisdom available to share with you right now in this moment. And you approach them and take a seat with them up on this beautiful stone platform where sunlight is bathing through. And I'm going to move into silence now so that you can commune with them. And I invite you to ask them, what is it you would have me know? And you may hear, see, sense, or just know their response. Allow it to come to you with your heart's intelligence. And whatever comes through first, trust that that is exactly what is needed most for you right now. And when you have received that transmission, you ask them, Where am I not willing to receive my heart's intelligence, the wisdom from my deeply connected heart? Again, allowing this to come to you in whatever way it does. And when you have received that, ask them, what areas of my life am I withholding my own wisdom? And when you have received that, I invite you to ask them, where in my life, what areas of my life can I ask for support to embody the wisdom of my heart? And I can just feel a message from the teacher. I'm just going to tune in silence for a moment as I allow myself to clear my vessel and allow this transmission to come through. The wisdom for today that all of us require is true humility. Humility that it is imperfect action. That is our offering. That so long as we hold on to this idea that we must be perfect before we can transfer any knowledge, so long as we hold on to that, we have forgotten who we are. For we will forever be faced by this boulder right here beneath us, unable to take that step while we are bound in this pursuit of perfection. For it is not our judgment or criticism that determines the wealth of our transmission. It is purely action. And you will see that as you take one step of imperfect action forward, that you will then have momentum to take another step of imperfect action forward, and then another, and then another. And before long, you will realize that you are a master of imperfect action. And that is, dear sisters and brothers, how we will bridge into the whole entire universe the truth that we are energy first. We are a vibration, and it is in the imperfect action to curate a vibration greater than what our current existence has surrounded us with, that we can shift that larger vibration. Imperfect action. And the humility to do it every single day. It is a baby step forward into remembering who you are that comes with your imperfect action and your humility to do it every single day. And under the light of this glorious sunshine that is kissing you and the teacher bathing you in its glorious warmth, allow this transmission to seep into your being as if you can feel the sun on your physical body now, allowing that heat to radiate from within you, rippling out of you as you truly in this moment right now with me, in this everlasting present moment, embody the truth that you are but a vibration. Take a deep breath in now. And let it all go out through the mouth with an audible sigh. Make your way off of the stone with the teacher, bid them goodbye, and know that you can come into this space, this sacred forest within your heart at any time. You must simply close your eyes, deepen your breath, and place your attention here, and you are there. You make your way back to the edge of the trees and find yourself in front of another doorway. It opens before you with ease and with grace, and you step through it, finding yourself back in your seat and in your body. Bring some gentle movement back to your fingers and your toes, and when you are ready, open up your eyes. Thank you for allowing me to go there with my own imperfect action. There were a few moments I wanted to pull myself out because it wasn't the perfect conditions, but I am really glad that I stayed there because that was absolute medicine to my soul from my glorious students outside who are having a lot of fun with their Mima. But thank you, thank you, thank you for those of you who have joined me live. I am so grateful to have had you here with me, and I am so grateful to have been able to demonstrate and teach the teacher archetype to you and take you on that journey, and also remind you that the paradigm of energy first, physical second is made up of daily imperfect actions every single damn day. If you have any questions around that, let me know. Send me a message. Let's have a chat. I have just opened up a booking link for a 20-minute free discovery call. If you are interested in working with me and would like to know how and what we can do together, what we can do from within that paradigm of energy first, physical second, where we can transform, make some epic transformations in your life, I will drop my link, and I would love to see beyond the names and the little bubbles and see you in face to face in person via Zoom, of course. So yes, reach out if you feel called. I would love to see you. Alrighty, everybody, don't forget tomorrow we have our energy evaluations, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I so look forward to seeing you there live with me tomorrow. Have a fantastic rest of your day. I will see you soon.